Welcome to today's Outlier Lab. My name is Christopher Yule, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And today's episode is sponsored by Outlier.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Well, our first story of the day is that Disney stock is now trading at the lowest price since 2014. What are we talking? Nearly a decade ago. That's how broke that Disney has gone woke, I guess is the metric to put around that. In fact, we've got a couple comments already on the video today. It says, dump the groomers. And Rudy says, good morning. April says, happy Monday. Yes, absolutely. Now let's talk about this, right? So the Disney stock closed Thursday's trading session at $82.47. And Disney shares had not closed below $84 since October 17th of 2014. Now, if we look at the outlier data, we can actually see that we got, the whole market has been really taking it on the chin, and Disney in particular has been really, really wrecked lately. But taking a look at this, let's keep on going down the story here. Shares have underperformed the S&P 500 by declining 5%, while the S&P is up 15%. So we got a 20% difference there. And you can see that on the chart here. And it just gets worse and worse for Disney. But what's going on, right? We've got a lot of issues. And I think the number one issue is for parents like myself. We went and took my son and some of his friends to see the Strange World movie a few months back. And I had to have conversations with my son after that movie. Conversations that I was not ready to have with an 11-year-old. And he had questions like, Daddy, does that boy like that other boy? And while that's fine and dandy, you do you, I don't care. This should not be what we're talking about and part of the subject that I need to cover with my 11-year-old son. I mean, realistically speaking, that's not where I was wanting to go for the day. I wanted to go and have a wholesome movie where nobody is asking questions. We're all enjoying the show. But no, that's not what happened. Now, that's not the only property that Disney has put out lately that's having these diversity, inclusion, and equity issues. I say issues because these are not strengths. People like myself, parents like myself, are watching these movies and being unexpectedly bombarded with questions that we weren't ready to have. And going back to Disney Plus, they're just hemorrhaging subscribers. Parents are turning off Disney Plus. What once was the wholesome, family-centered entertainment has now turned into basically a place where Disney has decided to indoctrinate the younger people of our generation. And because of that, parents in droves are turning off Disney Plus. Let's take a look further on in the story here. The company's parks business is slowing because people, there's another story out there where there was a man, clearly a man, had a beard and everything, can't tell me otherwise, dressed in a dress, trying to sell Disney princess dresses to little girls. Now that also causes more questions, causes much more concern, and it causes parents who aren't ready for those kind of conversations with their children to say, you know what, I don't think we're going to the park today, right? Its linear TV business is declining, so are subscribers to Disney Plus, and not to mention the media giants have lagged competitors at the box office. Everything they're putting out lately is flopping. I mean, I think I saw somewhere that the stats were that Disney has lost $2 billion in the last couple of years on their movies. They would have had $2 billion more had they not released these movies, right? Some on Wall Street are advocating for a breakup. And there's new reports saying that they're going to sell ESPN over to Amazon, which could be great for Amazon. But Disney, it's getting wrecked in every direction. In fact, let's go take a look at the chart of Disney. Yeah, look at this chart, right? This is the kind of chart that you look at and you go, oh, I don't want to own that company, right? And people say, oh, I want to buy the dip, right? I want to buy the dip. Were you ready to buy the dip at $109 and now when it's down to $83, you must love it, right? Well, imagine that keeps going on down. Maybe it hits all the way down to 53, right? We could get really, really ugly in the Disney stock price. Now is not the time to be jumping into that at all. So let's take a look at some of the comments that people have put out there. These are going to get pretty brutal, I can tell you that real quick. This is called the Zegler effect, right? The new Snow White actress who's basically going around disparaging the property that she's been hired to be the main actress of. Easiest short of my life when someone says, looking at the Disney chart. People are missing the important details when they're studying this. Go woke, go broke. That's a continuous sign here. And like I just said, maybe it look good around $53, and this person says it'll bounce around 50. Mega ouch, Disney and is dismal. So yeah, basically this stock is one that nobody should be touching out there, and it has been wrecked in every direction, and it's their business model, right? They had the greatest IP. They had the greatest intellectual property. They had the most advantageous, I mean, the best thing that you could ever think of for family-centered entertainment, which is guaranteed money. Because if somebody like myself is walking in to watch a movie, I'm spending $80 to $100 just on tickets. Just on tickets. And then another $80 to $100 on snacks and everything else. But because they decided to reroute their business and to focus on these type of issues, these DEI issues, I'm keeping my $80 to $100 to myself. And I'm not buying the snacks, so I'm not helping the movie theaters out either. And I'm looking at Disney Plus thinking, you know what? Those conversations I don't want to be having at the movie theater, I don't want to be having at home either. Maybe I just need to turn it off. So let us know in the comments down below what you think of Disney. Just Sai says Disney is just straight up straight up shoving woke culture to the next generation. I remember as a kid enjoying Disney content for the magic and wonder in it. Ooh, that's really well said. And exactly why Disney is hurting these days. People can't get along with a brand that doesn't get along with them and their families, and the whole reason that they are tuning in. So be sure to hit the like button down below to let us know exactly how you feel about Disney, and let us know in the comments. Are you still watching Disney, or are you done with Disney Plus? If you want to trade smarter and not harder, go to ovtlwire.com to see why Outliers win.